Hi, I'm Rhonda, and welcome to Mental Moments, where small changes have lasting ripples. This week, I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects, hypnosis. I use hypnosis with almost all of my clients. Now, it's not mandatory, but once I explain it, many clients say, yeah, sign me up. And I'd use it in 100% of all of my coursework. Um, every bit of them, from a mini workshop to a full therapy without a therapist course. I use hypnosis. Why? Because it works. Now, today, I wanted to talk about all the myths that I've heard over the years about hypnosis. Let's get started. Number one, will I be in an altered state? No. Hypnotic state is a natural state that we go through several times per day, especially as we're waking up or going to sleep at night. And that will be a topic in one of the other videos this week. Two, will I cluck like a chicken? Or will I bark when I see the color purple? Well, no. Stage hypnotists make a living with the illusion of hypnosis. And the volunteers, the ones that they pick, are the ones like, please pick me. And so they're going to be okay to do clucking like a chicken, for example. You notice that a stage hypnotist won't typically ask somebody to do something that's really outrageous. Number three, what all issues can hypnotherapy work for? Now, this is also going to be a full session in itself later this week. Now, hypnotherapy can work for pain, whether emotional or physical, such as depression, anxiety, flashbacks, phobias, and fears. And it can help with behavioral changes like weight loss, sleep, addiction, or public speaking, test anxiety, those sorts of things. So, depending on the nature of the problem, will depend on the number of sessions. That's the only difference, but it does work. Number four, can hypnotherapy be done as part of therapy? I do it all the time. Yes, 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 yes. Some people come to me to do standalone hypnosis, and I do that. But generally speaking, for me, I use it as part of therapy because I'll get results quicker. I like that. Now, number five, and I get this a lot. So yeah, I should maybe move this up to number one. Okay, number five. Can hypnosis help retrieve memories? Absolutely no way. No ethical hypnotherapist will claim to recall so-called lost memories. Now, hypnosis can help remember a detail in existing or known memory, but due to the suggestive nature, any so-called retrieved memory may simply be created memory based on what the person thinks may be in the lost memory. So absolutely no way. What about past life regressions? It's kind of fun in a party. But there isn't any ethical therapeutic goal in which remembering a past life would be particularly useful. This falls under stage hypnotism, typically. Like I said, it's good at a party. Number seven, what if I can't be hypnotized? Okay, people have varying degrees of suggestibility. True. No, yeah, not going to deny that. However, every person with a properly functioning brain goes in and out of hypnotic states every single day. Some people visualize better than others, and hypnosis utilizes our brain's ability to imagine or visualize. There you go. But everybody can be hypnotized. Why? Because everybody is hypnotized every day with a normal functioning brain. Number eight. This kind of goes back to number two here. Will hypnosis make me into something I'm not? Hypnotherapists hear things like, God, I cluck like a chicken or bark like a dog. This is one theme that repeats itself really the most. That hypnotic state of mind is one in which the mind takes in information as fact, which is very helpful when making suggestions about, say, stop smoking or not responding to pain or anxiety. That said, we all have the ability to reject any suggestion. So if we don't want to bark like a dog when you hear the word purple, you won't. Simple as that. Number nine, I cannot be hypnotized. Yeah, I hear this one quite a bit. This myth stems from the idea that hypnosis is somehow takes us into some altered or unnatural state. The fact is that we go in and out of hypnosis several times a day, especially when waking up or going to sleep at night. In fact, if you want to remember something in you want to learn something, the best time to study that is upon waking or right before falling asleep, because we go through that normal hypnotic state. Now, other times we'll go through these normal hypnotic states is anytime during very stressful moments and during our regular normal circadian rhythm. Both of these I will talk about in another episode. And a hypnotist is simply using techniques in order to access a normal brain state to make suggestions. Okay, I don't get number 10 very often, but I have gotten it, so it ends up in my list of myths. I will be taken over by the devil. Now, the first time I heard this, I was kind of surprised. The idea that somehow hypnosis is as a spiritual experience is fairly common, but there is absolutely no evidence in the research indicating that there is any susceptibility to paranormal experiences while in a state of hypnosis, that very normal brain state. I've had people ask to bring in a family member, personal friend, or spiritual coach, pastor, etc., to be with them during a formal hypnosis. And during hypnosis, clients have had spiritual icons or symbols, animals, etc., as part of their visualizations. But there is no scientific evidence, and I've never had any experience of any negative paranormal experience during hypnosis. Number 11. Will I go into a trance or will I be asleep? Like you are getting sleepy, stare at the watch. Some hypnosis will refer to the hypnotic state as a trance. I don't like that because of all the negative connotation, because you're not in a state. In reality, you're in a very heightened mental awareness state. Body is basically unmoving and nice and relaxed and basically kind of asleep, but the brain is very, very busy. Your brain is listening to the hypnotist talk, and then busily doing all those things the hypnotist is asking them to do. So in order to do that, the brain has to be very focused. And this focused awareness is not sleep or a trance. In fact, if a fire alarm were to go off, clients under hypnosis will respond as though they would anytime they would hear a fire alarm. Number 12, what if I get stuck in hypnosis? At the end, the hypnotist generally says, I'm going to count to 3. And when I say the number 3, you're going to open your eyes, feeling alert and awake and ready for the rest of your day. Now, this is only a means by which to indicate to the mind, hey, we're done. Now, I could just simply say, open your eyes, or say, we're done. But that's not as fun. And it's also very jarring. I like to bring a person out a little bit slower. Some hypnotists like to say, take as much time as you need to comfortably come out of hypnosis in any way that you feel comfortable in doing so. I, I prefer a nice slow movement towards, 1, 2, and 3. But it's unnecessary. It's just a way to say, okay, we're done. Now, even if a person, and this has happened, I've lost connection because I do everything 100% online. I've lost connection with clients and they can't hear me, but they report later like, oh, when I didn't hear you after a few minutes, opened my eyes and realized we had lost connection. Sometimes I'm able to regain that connection, bring them back into the state and go on. So yes. All right, number 13. Can hypnosis be done in televideo? Yes, absolutely. Now, as long as there is a stable connection for audio and video so that I can see the upper body at least, and more of the client and the clientess in a comfortable, preferably quiet place, and can hear me, without having calls. We'll often make sure that we mute the phones, these sorts of things. So there's things that we need to do in place to get prepared, but yes, it can be done over televideo. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Number 14, is hypnosis only a short-term solution? Absolutely no. The effects can be very, very long-lasting. One example is I was in a hypnosis conference and the hypnotist was talking, and he was a therapist who also did hypnosis like I do. And when he was doing the presentation, he was talking about he used to have a terrible fear of public speaking all the way through high school. It was nightmarish. He started college, it was nightmarish. And then he did hypnosis while in college. And he said thereafter, he hasn't had any issues. He presents in groups, he does group therapy, he does hypnosis conferences, obviously, all without issues. Now, at the time he was doing this conference, he was in his 50s. So you figure he was in his 20s in college and his 50s, so 30 plus years. Yes, it works. So there you have it. The top myths of surrounding hypnosis. Now, in my next episode, I'm going to talk about why use hypnosis in therapy and why is it very helpful for self-improvement programs. So stay tuned and thank you.